Hi everyone and welcome back to the woods. We've come back to the woods this week for Wild Tots at Home, episode number 13. My goodness, we've been going a long time and the sun is still shining. It's been changeable weather the last week and it's going to be this week as well. And thank you so much everyone for sending your amazing pictures. I've seen some fantastic pictures of those salt dough decorations with the leaves pressed in them. I know someone's been making some lovely butterfly feeders as well. You've been out collecting lots of lovely things and making more lovely things. Now this week we might get more rain, which is a good thing to help all your things grow in the garden as well. And we definitely need the rain to help things grow. So we've got a few activities for you which you can do come rain or shine. We've got some wet weather activities and some dry weather activities. I'm just going to show you a few of them. Now maybe I'll start with the one that's hanging up there in the tree. And then you can see what we're going to do. So I'll just let you know that we're joined today by the chiff-chaff in the background. Oh, decided to stop. Just there, you can probably hear the chiff-chaff. So they're a summer migrant. We're really lucky to have them here in the summer. They come all the way from Africa to join us for the summer. They're quite a special, really little, tiny brown bird, quite hard to see. So we're lucky that we can hear those today. So anyway, I've got a wonderful rainbow picture just here. Oh, another thing to mention, you probably know this already, it's going to be Father's Day on Sunday. So, as well as it being some rainy activities and dry weather activities, these activities are things that you can make for your dad. If you want to make a card for your dad and maybe a little present for him, then we've got a couple of ideas up our sleeve for you to make some lovely things. Now, I've been making this would be a lovely rain painting. I've got a piece of kitchen roll, I'll show you how to do it in a minute, but the colours, hopefully you can see the lovely colours, but I'm going to let it dry in the rain. Once it's dry, my rainbow picture, this is a good rainy day activity, putting some coloured pens on the top. I'll show you how we're going to do it. I'll just show you quickly what we're going to do and what you need to make your rainy day picture. I'm hoping you can see just over there. I've got a piece of kitchen roll, or you can use some paper. And what I did, I'm going to use this stone right here to lean on. So I'm hoping you can see. Now, all my red pen. I'm going to start with my orange pen. What you do at the top of your kitchen roll or your thick paper, you put some colours right at the top. Do a strip of colours all the way along. And then I'll show you what we're going to do. I should have made this one earlier. Here we are. Some yellow. You see? Yep, I'm colouring in my green. I'm making a rainbow of colours on my piece of kitchen paper. Doesn't have to be a rainbow. You could do any colours you like. I'm going to use my blue colour here. Oh, this is a rather funky blue colour. You can use marker pens. I'm just using felt tip pens, but any bright coloured pens are great for this. There we go. So what I've done just there, I've got my piece of kitchen paper. I'm going to go and peg it up in the tree. Now I might have to just move my camera a minute while I just go and peg it in the tree. Get my pegs. Sorry, one of these pegs just here. Peg it really carefully in the tree. You can just about see me in the corner. I'm just up in the tree, pegging it up in the tree, and I'm going to come back to the camera and show you what we're going to do. So what we're going to do next is, I've got some water, or I've actually got my water bottle just here. So I've pegged it into the tree. So here you go. This is what it looks like at the beginning. Now I'm going to be trying to get my peg out of the way as much as possible. So you've got to imagine that my water bottle is the rain. I'm just going to very carefully, tricky doing it with my other hand, very carefully dribble a little bit of water on the top there. And you can sort of see what might begin to happen. Hoping you can see this on the camera. Imagine the rain coming. Oh, I might just have to hold. I always need a cameraman for this piece of work, so hang on a moment. Gonna hold you under my chin. Ooh. There we go. Now you can see the rainbow beginning to come already. Sprinkle a little bit more water on there. Now you want some nice little raindrops for this. Ooh, the colours will spread down your kitchen roll and make the most wonderful pattern. Perhaps they'll begin to look something a bit like the one that I made earlier on. So you can see that they'll dry off and you can wait for them to dry. Wait for those ones to dry just there. And you get these most wonderful patterns. You could make some of these beforehand, perhaps before the rain comes. You can create your pictures and your colours, and then when the rain comes you can go and peg them up outside, maybe even on the washing line. And when they're dry you can stick them onto a card for your dad, to make your dad a very own Father's Day card. Now that's a pretty cool way of making a card using the rain. That's a fun way of using the rain, we were thinking. Now another thing to use the rain, I'm going to move you up there. Ooh, you want to see these bits down here. Another way of using the rain, we thought you could make a rain xylophone. If you can collect some bottles or jars. Now I've got them all the same type of jar so I can get different notes. I'm going to make a water xylophone. Don't know if you can see, but I've poured different levels of water into each jar. This one is really quite full, and this one's nearly empty, so different levels of water all the way down the jars. And now this is a really great one for having loads of fun out in the garden for the little ones. They're great for playing. I hope you can hear this. Maybe you can practice and get some more precise musical notes, but I thought they sounded fantastic for playing all sorts of tunes. Hours and hours of fun with your your watery xylophone just there. Hope you can see that just there. Now the next thing, gosh, it's a busy session today while Tots at home. It's Father's Day this weekend. We're going to make a little present for Dad. And I know I made some elderflower fritters a couple of weeks ago. The elderflowers are still out. We've been posting recipes for the elderflower cordial, elderflower champagne. You might have seen that one. That's going to go up this week, the recipe for that one. And, well, if you know where to find yourself an elderflower bush, you'll know what the elderflowers look like. We're going to be using the wood from the elder tree today to make our special gift for your dad. And the special thing about the elder, now I'm not sure if you can see, that it's got a white foamy bit right in the middle, just there. It's really soft in the middle. So the elder is really great for making beads. We're not making Dad a necklace, although you could make him a necklace if you like, if he likes that kind of thing. You could make him a bracelet. We're going to be making a special key ring for your dad to keep his keys safe. So you've got your piece of elder wood, and what you need to do is cut yourself. I might just, you're right there. So you need to get your piece of elder wood and some secateurs and cut yourself a section of elder. Now not too small, because what will happen, the wood will crack and you won't get a very good bead, it will split in half. So cut yourself a bead. Got myself a bead just there. Cut yourself a bead with the secateurs. And then to poke the middle out, you need a metal tent peg. I always find works best. You can use a stick if you want to use a stick, but you see that centre there, make sure, little ones especially, you always poke away from you. So I'm putting my tent peg in through the middle of the elder bead, and look, it came right out the other side. You see all the white foamy bits coming out the top just there. If you want to keep poking always poking away from you, I hold my finger and thumb around the bead so I don't poke my finger and thumb. This is something we often do later in the year when the elder doesn't have its leaves and we want to cut it back a little bit more. In my garden I do cut them back in the autumn, so then I might have some better flowers the following year. So it takes a couple of years for the elder to flower once you've cut it back, so I generally have the bushes in my garden on rotation. Anyway, that's another story. What you can do, once you've got your hole in your bead, now hopefully you can see all the way through, you can see through there, can't you? Now, you've got your hole in your bead, so you might see on this one, you can make stripy beads. I've taken the bark off with my thumb, with my nails. That one's got no bark on and that one's still got the bark on. What you can do, if you've got some nails, you can take the bark off. Hang on. You see it comes off really easily. Comes off in one whole piece. So there's another bead. I'm going to add it on to my string of beads, and you've got yourself a little ring there. I thought what you could do, you could make a little something a bit like this. Then maybe what you could do, get yourself a key ring. I should think you've got those split rings, and you could pop that onto there and Dad can hang his keys on it. So that's a really fantastic thing, to make a key ring for Dad. So a rainbow picture card with the rain and the felt tips, and then make yourself an elder bead key ring. Now these, they will change colour. They'll go slightly paler from what I remember. And the stripy ones are pretty cool, so have a go at making stripy beads as well. So there's loads to keep you busy. There's the rain xylophone, there's the wonderful rainbow pictures which are drying nicely actually, a couple of rainbow pictures just up in the background just there. So I'm looking forward to seeing all your pictures. I think it's going to rain a bit on Thursday, so maybe you can get busy out in the rain to do that, everybody. Now I know last week I remembered the goodbye song, so we're going to sing our goodbye song this week to finish off with. Are you ready? Bread and butter, marmalade and jam. Let's say goodbye as happy as we can. Goodbye, everybody. Bread and butter, marmalade and jam. Let's say goodbye as low as we can. Goodbye. Bread and butter, marmalade and jam. Let's say goodbye as high as we can. Goodbye, everybody. Goodbye. Bread and butter, marmalade and jam. Let's say goodbye as wide as you can. How far can you stretch your arms? Can you stretch your arms really far and wide? Oh, that's a lot of stretching. Bread and butter, marmalade and jam. Let's say goodbye as loudly as you can. Goodbye, everybody. See you next week. One more. Bread and butter, marmalade and jam. Let's say goodbye as quietly as we can. Bye, everyone. I'll see you next week. Have a great week. Don't get too wet.